Here we are, back again. 4 days, or yeah, 4 days until the Royal Rumble. A lot has happened, Dan. A lot has happened.
Yeah.
TNA debuted. Everybody hated the debut episode. They came back the second week. Everybody loves TNA. I mean, we weren't really gonna give them the opportunity to build.
Right.
Like they haven't been on a network for how long, right? Like continuously on a network, and now they actually have their shot. And to be honest, I don't remember it being like this with AEW. Like people were just thrilled to have another promotion. So they're like, "Oh yeah, give it time, give it time." But one of our favorites, Eric Bischoff, was disappointed. Which I get like criticizing the booking, but it's like he's like some of the stuff I thought was small, so I wanted to get your brain on it or pick your brain on it. He's talking about how he loved the opening of the show, but then it was 20 to 30 seconds too long. I mean, what are we like? What are we? It's like, does the average person know how long the opening of a wrestling show should be? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, the average person wouldn't know.
Right.
Shouldn't.
What are we doing? I don't understand that how that's a critique. And now everybody took that critique and they just kind of ran with n- 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 nitpicking everything else. But now, you know, now we're cool with it because they had a bounce back episode and they brought AJ, right? Like, it's like, what are we doing? You know what I mean? What are we like? We're not gonna give them a month. It's 2 weeks. This is the third week. Thursday this week would be their third episode. We're just gonna destroy it as is right now. So I've kind of strayed away from the old school wrestling podcasters because they seem to all have this issue, and it's a lot of the nit and gritty stuff that I think we would catch on to watching the show. Like, oh, this feels long, but I like if for somebody that's just trying to see the crossover between NXT and TNA or WWE and TNA, 9 out of 10 people wouldn't know that's 20 to 30 seconds too long. Do you know what I mean? Like, what are we like? I get it. Like, if they I know there was another issue of he didn't like where they had the celebrities in the crowd because then they current technically weren't spaced out correctly, and it's like, did you think somebody watching that would get that? Like, how many times has WWE did their whole camera spin and they showed the wrong celebrity, right? I can think of a
Right.
handful of times of when we're watching a PLE and they show the wrong person and that camera guy's walking the floor. So it's like he doesn't know where to go, but they don't get criticized. It's j- just hysterical to me that um that's what we're kind of, it's just like it's gonna take time. They're gonna be fine. They have the talent. They're backed by WWE. Even if they go under, I think WWE is gonna end up buying them. Do you know what I mean? So it's like,
Certainly, if they get to a place where it's you know they're going under and it's super cheap.
yeah. So it's like either way, there's gonna be something. Cause let's be honest, WWE's doing this, like the Hardy Boys said on whole Lonnie's podcast. They're doing this TNA thing to stick it to AEW. And we've
Right.
called that before. So it's like they're not going to let this go out of business.
No.
So it's like just give them time to build storylines. Like that's just give they're actually trying to build storylines week 1 of the episode. When's the last time you see Tony do that outside of MJF coming back? A- and MJF saying he's going to take everything that everybody took from him. Like it just
Yeah.
doesn't, you know what I mean? It just doesn't make sense. Um But hopefully people chill out and there's another good episode of TNA this week because then I think it will kind of calm everybody's nerves. I don't think they're gonna get dropped right. Like their ratings would have to be abysmal for them to get dropped right away. Um, I just don't see it happening either because it seems like with how many companies like are reaching out about what's going on with AEW and HBO. Um, it's like it's crazy, and I think I sent it to you. I could be wrong, but there was that tweet that oh renowned what was it Brian Alvarez? Mm, It may have been Alvarez. I could be wrong, but there is a tweet from a renowned wrestling journalist that said, "Don't be surprised with everything you have going on with HBO if AEW doesn't end up on YouTube."
Oh, you did send me that. Yeah.
Is that not a nail in the coffin?
I think it could be. I mean, I don't think they can do. I think when we talked about this a while ago, I don't think they can do a YouTube show only. Like I think they have to be on some sort of cable slash streaming service. And I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think enough people look to YouTube as a streaming service, right? Like I know that some
Yeah,
accounts use YouTube
yeah,
to go live and do things. And
yeah,
like you think about like McAfee for a long
yeah.
time, right? Got a lot of his viewership through YouTube before he went a little more mainstream. But even given those examples, I don't see enough people that will log into YouTube on Wednesday nights at 8 o'clock to watch Dynamite.
Right,
Maybe I'm wrong, but I just don't see it. Whereas people think to go to Netflix, HBO Max,
right,
Paramount Plus,
right,
Amazon, right? Like
right,
they think about that. Now, every smart TV there is, and every TV that accepts a Roku or a Fire Stick or whatever streaming
right.
device can easily pull up YouTube on a TV as its own website slash app. But I don't know. I use YouTube a lot, and I wouldn't necessarily think about it that way and say like, oh, I got to go watch Dynamite tonight on YouTube, right? Which is free. Like I don't know. I don't think they can survive that.
Yeah, I'm trying to
It's not
think.
a fair enough comparison, but they could even look to their numbers with Dark and Elevation that they did on there for a long time. They could look to other numbers. I mean, NWA Power was on YouTube, wasn't it, for a while? When Corrigan tried to revive it again.
And shows
And
so was OVW.
OVW, I mean, WWE's had a few like YouTube exclusive shows. I mean, well, actually, right? WWE's been what simulcasting some AAA stuff through YouTube, or
Th-
weren't
So
they in the beginning?
so that's technically, I think, the only way outside of Thriller that you can get AAA stuff, and it's
So,
free.
I mean, you could try and go and look at those videos and see what the views were like on it. I mean, obviously, some views are done after the fact, but you could look at those things and see. But I just don't think it survives. I think it needs something more mainstream.
Well, and to credit AAA, those are all pay-per-views that are being simulcast. Like that's not their weekly shows.
Right.
Like that's their big shows.
Exactly.
So like
That's
those
the
big
point too.
shows, like when they
Right.
do a crossover with Dom for their heavyweight title, like obviously you're gonna get a lot of Judgment Day fans to turn in, right? Because they're hoping that Dom continues to be the bad guy. Compared to like you'll get people to turn in to see like an MJF promo because then an MJF can be allowed to say whatever he wants on YouTube. But at the same time, as soon as that promo's over, all right, let's go back to whatever streaming service that was on. I just don't see why they don't reach out to Amazon. Like that's the only company I've think that we haven't heard about being interested, or like that AEW hasn't talked to in the past. Like I don't understand. I just don't like. Why not put it on Prime Video? Because then Prime Video can also sell your pay per views for you. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
and they already sell their pay-per-views through Amazon.
Yeah, so it's already set up. Just continue the relationship. Just use Amazon the same way that WWE is using Netflix now, right? Like
Right.
and it's not like they can like reach out to sci-fi to do it, because did you see when the Winter Olympics start, WWE SmackDown is going to be on sci-fi for 2 or 3 weeks because of that. They're transferring
Right.
over. So it's like so so they already have, I guarantee that non-compete from for sci-fi is longer than what the Olympics are. They're probably
Right.
telling them, if you want us for 3 weeks, you can't let anybody else come in before us or after us. Supposedly, that's what they do at some arenas, right? We talked about that last year, I think. Like it was either Sean Ross Sapp or or Meltzer had the article that there was a rumor out there that WWE kind of locks down a venue and says you can't have any wrestling show there 8 weeks before us and 8 weeks after us. Like, if you want
Right.
WWE to come to town, this is what you have to do, right? And so this is what they do because they know WWE prints cash. Like, so it's just very weird. And don't you think it's very quiet on like what we're hearing? Like, we haven't heard anything about this. Anything.
No. And if you look, like, I was just looking just to see, like, I went onto AEW's YouTube. Their most popular video on their YouTube right now is from 6 years ago. 47 million views. It was Cody Rhodes versus Orange Cassidy from October 16th, 6 years ago. Um, I think it's a full match that they did, and they put it up on YouTube as an exclusive. After that, then it's another Orange Cassidy video from a Revolution from 5 years ago. Then a Dynamite episode, the sixth episode of Dynamite is their third most popular video. And then Punk returning is their fourth most popular. So, like, those are all actually, none of these videos are more than 5 minutes long. So, actually, it's not a full episode, it's just highlights. Like, I don't know if they can just pull this stuff. I mean, they even put in, here's one that has 5 million views, and it is a full match. It's 26 minutes long. It's Moxley and Joey Janela in a unsanctioned match from 6 years ago. Like, I don't know that they can pull good numbers for anything. There's just nothing current that's even popular. I don't know. I don't know.
So, yeah.
Even looking at stuff from, you know, over the last week, no video that they've posted over the last week has more than 70,000 views. Now, some of these videos are stupid videos, but like Brody King, MJF. Oh, sorry, 80,000 views on that one 6 days ago, 5 days ago. That's the highest one in the last week. So I don't know. Do they have enough
So,
to do that? Probably not.
so Wrestling Inc. has this article that SEC filing clarifies AEW's future with WB and bits the Netflix purchase, right? And it
Yeah.
says that a source close to the situation stated that WBD's minority position in AEW will remain with the global linear networks, which is Discovery's side of things when the deal closes. What makes the situation even more confusing is aside from the company's PR servicing team, which is handled by Turner Sports, AEW has also been listed as an entertainment property in the W and Warner Brothers portfolio, which could impact where AEW eventually lands when the deal is closed. The most likely outcome is AEW won't land on HBO, regardless of it is fully integrated into Netflix or if it still exists on its own standalone service. So even if it's the standalone service, it seems to be getting the boot. The reason for this is WWE is on Netflix domestically and internationally. Though it's never been confirmed, it's believed by m- many involved that WWE's parent company, TKO Group Holdings, put a non compete clause in the deal between Netflix and WWE as a safety measure in case Netflix were looking to acquire any other wrestling program. And then TKO also muddied the waters for the global linear networks, as WWE programming would technically be a part of their portfolio in Italy. And the UFC, which begins its new deal with Paramount in the coming days, are projected to be featured on Netflix in Italy within the next 12 to 18 months, along with several other European countries. Isn't this the definition of a monopoly?
You would think.
Right? I mean, if we had a government that could spell that word, like that would be this, right? Like
Yep.
it's crazy, man. Cuz it's like they're surrounded, right? Like and I feel bad, but it's like yeah, I but it's also very suspicious that we still haven't heard anything. And I guess it's noted that the deal's expected to expire end of 2027 or 2028 depending on what article you read. And when the do deal actually started, that's you know up in the air too as well. So it's like if you're like a diehard AEW fan, you have to be getting more pissed by the day that Tony hasn't come out and tried to clarify any of this or said, "Hey, we're working on something," right? Like
Yep.
even what if they went to their own network and charged $9.99 a month, Dan, and then they had all of their wrestlers come out and say that in every promo, like we had to go through for a decade and a half. It's like
Yeah.
right, like do something.
Yep.
It's wild because I like it's just I don't know. It's I've been trying to follow that as closely as I can, but even trying to follow it, there's nothing around. So it's like, what are we doing? What are we doing? But anyways, to keep us back on track, a lot has occurred at WWE, wouldn't you say so?
Yeah. Say so for sure.
Um, first off, what are your thoughts on Raw?
Um, recently, like yesterday's show,
Just
or just
yeah,
in general.
in general, and then leading up to how yesterday's show went. And then after that, we can talk about the Talia posting that picture that has 1,000 questions on it on Twitter that we need to detail. Um, but yeah, what are your thoughts in general and
Yeah.
how the
I mean,
kickoff show was?
I think for me in general, like I think Raw as a show has been kind of like boring-ish, but I think we've had some good matches. I just think like the shows themselves haven't been like anything crazy, anything outstanding, anything that makes me think like, wow, what a good show. But having said that, I think we've had a bunch of good matches recently. So that's been nice. Like, but I just haven't seen a lot of like intriguing story and stuff. We're getting a lot of like semi repeat retread stuff and a lot of like just dragging our feet on where we're headed with stuff. And obviously too, like you look at SmackDown, we've had a few like surprises there and some stuff happened, but I just haven't been sitting there going like, wow. that was crazy. What's next? You know, but some good matches. Like I said, I think I said last time. It's been a couple weeks, right? But last time too, you're getting a little bit more of like this. I don't want to go as far as saying fantasy booking, right? But we are getting some of this, like, hey, let's do this match just because, and that's been kind of cool. Like, because I think they have some of the right people. I mean, I mean, stealing a little bit here, but like AJ and Shinsuke, right? Like, it's just kind of a match out of nowhere that
Yeah.
like there's a lot of meaning and history there you can talk about, and like a lot of and like the strong style stuff,
Yep.
right? It's just not something WWE used to think about, right? Like to just do that
Right.
there, and then Punk and Finn, and like those kinds of matches make me think like like, oh, they are a little bit interested in giving a little bit of a taste of, hey, here's something you don't normally see, or you haven't seen, or you haven't seen in a long, long time. And that some of the more schooled wrestling fans will sit here and drool over a little bit, right? So that's been kind of cool that they're doing that. But that doesn't progress story, so that's where they lack a little bit. Recently, at least. It's just been, I don't know, it's just been kind of like going through the motions, I feel like.
Yeah, I think they're starting something with Finn. Because going into the
Right.
one last week, I thought they're just doing this because it's Ireland, it's his hometown. He has that wrestling school there. He's helped a lot of people get signed to go elsewhere other than WWE from Ireland. He's the main guy in Ireland, right? To get that pop
Yeah.
with with his old NXT theme song, with him doing the old entrance, they ate it up. He was white hot. You couldn't have been hotter. Even when Becky appeared a little bit, it wasn't even close to when Finn appeared, right? So it's kind of, I thought he'll probably have a good showing. Then they'll disappear him like a CIA black site for the next 3 months in Judgment Day again, right? Like, but then come to find out, we're getting AJ and Punk because I'm 90% leaning towards AJ's retired as of Saturday. I think the other thing that they're showing is that not everybody gets a year-long tour. And I think just as much as that Cena and AJ match was for Cena, Cena returned the favor, and it was just as much that match for AJ as well. Because I think Cena understood not everybody gets a year-long tour. But if you look at who AJ's been doing over the last year, you can say they like sneakily put this retirement tour past us and we weren't even realizing it because we're all counting down the days till Cena was gone, right? So like that
Right.
was the priority. So I think it's more of those mystery batches. They're kind of like, well, he's gone in 2 months, he's gone in a month, he's gone in 3 days. Let's give him this, right? And I think that's been a big push on that, which to the younger wrestlers, like if you do your job the way you're supposed to and you keep yourself clean and you keep building on what they've put in the past, that's something you may be able to like look forward to once you're done. You know what I mean? Um Case in point, like Fandango retired on the first episode of TNA. He was
Right.
done. So um I think it's been a lot of that. There's been good matches. I think the format has felt kind of weird, and I don't know why the format has felt kind of weird. It just feels a little bit different than when everything was flowing when they first got on Netflix. Now, I don't know if this is because I watched like three-fourths the show the night of and then I finish it the next day, or I don't catch it all the first day. Like, I don't know if that has something to do with it, but there's something going on with the formatting that I just kind of like, okay, yeah, this is good. This is a good match. That was a good match. Um, I mean, even the female matches have been awesome. Like, right? Like Rhea and Io has been putting on a PLE type match every time they've defended those titles on Raw. It's been insane. Just to see that talent go that hard on Raw the last 3 weeks, 4 weeks, you can't take the titles off them till Mania. And even then, I would be hesitant to, because I don't know if there's two people you put together that are as talented as that team together. They're just that good. You just let them keep steamrolling everybody until you get a team that can show you that they can compete. And I don't think there's a team in there that competes right now. I thought it was kind of weird last night. Everybody came and declared for the Rumble, and Pierce told Finn they're full.
Yeah.
But then I look at the list, and as of right now, we have Roman, who's not tied to any storylines, and he's resorting back to
he's literally just returning. Like, that's how they're billing.
He's just showing up. Yeah.
He's just returning.
Yep. And I don't know if you saw the Twitter pictures, but it looks like he's resorting back to the black and gold. Looked like he was when he was the big dog for his glove and his vest and everything.
No.
So that got posted. You got Cody and Jacob having some type of beef. You got Drew involved in that, but Drew seems to be a quiet part of that because he hasn't defended yet, right? He showed up and he smacked the both of them around, but that's about it. You got Jey Uso, tag title champion, right? Gunther, supposedly filed for the nickname of Career Killer. That's what WWE trademarked, so I'm wondering if that's going to go to him now. You got Solo. Nobody cares about. Penta. Ideally, I would like to see Penta within the final 6 to final 4 of the Rumble.
Yeah.
Ideally. I don't think we're going to get it because I think there's going to be a different final 4. We got Jacob. We got Oba, who's just had intro videos and hasn't debuted yet. So that's fun. But which is fine. Like, I appreciate them not destroying him before he gets there, I guess. I don't know. Braun Breaker. Oh, and we have all 4 of the Vision involved in the Royal Rumble. Braun Breaker, Bronson Reed, Logan Paul, and Austin Theory.
Yeah.
So if this is up to date, we got 14, which means we got 16 spots that remain open. So how did Adam Pearce fill that last night?
Yeah. Well, that's what they do. You know. Always a few surprises.
Yeah. I don't know if I need to see I Show Speed again. I'm good on that, right? Like,
no, that was the dumbest thing.
Like people loved him taking the spear, but other than that,
yeah.
Do you think we get TNA's heavyweight champion? Do you think we get Santana?
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know if we get Santana or not, but like, I mean, I think I don't know. I mean, it's Saudi, so like you feel like they're gonna have to do a few things that we don't expect for those guys. But
well, who are the favorites in Saudi? Brock. So you know Brock's gonna be there because they probably just wrote a blank check to Brock.
Yeah.
So then, do you have Brock and Oba go at it? But then the storyline is they love Gunther and Brock. That's what they were gonna do a few WrestleManias ago, before Brock was allegedly pooping on people.
Yeah, so they might. I mean,
Like
you might have Gunther and Brock do something.
that kills at if you tell me you have Gunther come out and break the hearts of the wrestling world on Saturday and retires AJ, or and then somehow this leads to Brock and Gunther,
Yeah.
I'm done with Gunther. I don't care if they put 17 titles on him. I'm done. Because anything he gains by retiring AJ, so then what's he gonna do? Go retire Brock? That's not believable. What's he gonna do? Put Brock in that sleeper hold? That sleeper hold can't fit around Brock's throat.
I don't know, but if that's what they still want to move to, and if Gunther is a confirmed participant,
It has to be Oba, right? Like you have to have Oba debut. Brock's in the ring already. Oba comes, they stand face to face, and Oba knocks him out, right? Like that's like in reality, if you're writing and you're trying to get Oba,
unless you want to let Gunther, I mean, if you have Gunther beating AJ and then going into the Rumble and you have Brock in there and you have Gunther eliminate Brock or vice versa, and then you have Gunther go over Brock down the road to continue his uh, career killer, whatever, right? Like it, they've when they talked about like Brock breaking the Undertaker streak and like how a lot of people were like, "Oh, Brock doesn't need this," you know, um, whatever. And then like you listen to Undertaker, and Undertaker kind of says like, actually, like it kind of did make sense in a way because it could catapult him to an even other level. And I feel like I've heard Undertaker say, and don't worry, Brock's going to end up doing that for somebody someday too. And I wonder if they think Gunther can be that person where they have him beat Brock, and maybe that ends Brock's career. Who knows? And then you catapult Gunther again, or you try at least. I don't know if it works, but
my personal opinion, none of this stuff in the last 8 months has propelled Gunther any higher than the mid
no, me
card.
either. But they're weird like that, right? Like
I just
they're
don't get
doing
it.
it,
Yeah, I
you know.
just don't. I I just don't see what they see. I guess is it the
Right,
the Austrian factor? Like is Triple H trying to tell us something here? Like I don't get it. Like is Vince backstage only for Gunther, and that's why they're like I don't understand. It just doesn't make sense. Like and like we get why AJ probably picked this event, right? It's 10 years since he debuted at the 2016 Rumble. So it makes sense. Good old 10-year mark. He's had enough. Yes, he wants the title one more time, but he's not going to get it, obviously. Because then he would have to beat Gunther and then go win the Rumble. And I don't even think he's. Yeah, he didn't even
right.
declare yet. So it's like,
No, but don't forget too. The story was that Lesnar might be retiring at SummerSlam because it's in Minneapolis,
I thought that was next year.
2026 Minneapolis SummerSlam. I thought.
Uh, I'm I'm just so used to them giving stuff to Saudi right now that I just
Yeah,
lose track
August
of this.
1st and August 2nd is Minneapolis, U.S. Bank Stadium. So they could be working towards that to let him have his last match there.
I just don't see it. I don't know. Uh, maybe it's us. I just don't see it. I don't know. I don't get it. Like I don't. Yeah, but I'm not writing the checks over there, so that's on them. Uh, so I'm just making a list right now of who we have, so we can do a little A little guess. Um. So, what are your thoughts? Who do you think?
To win?
Well, let's see if we can think of the
Oh,
remaining
more
pool.
people.
Yeah. I was thinking Joe Hendry, probably, right? It's too easy for them not to throw him in there, right?
Yeah, probably. I mean, like I said, I think I don't know. We haven't had a ton of like surprises, right? So it's like and returns and all that have been that great recently. But I feel like they might do a little more for Saudi Arabia. But um,
Do you think
you know,
Cardona, or sorry, Zach Ryder,
yeah,
or whoever he is?
no, he's back to Cardona,
Okay.
right? Yeah. Um,
So that
yeah,
puts us at
at the Raw in Buffalo, actually, it was very weird. I don't know how it came across on TV. I never actually watched that show back. Maybe I should have, but it was very weird because he like came out as Ryder and then they flipped it to Cardona and inside the arena it made me think like it was an accident, but then like I saw a Twitter clip and I thought, oh, they were trying to signify like Ryder died and he's Cardona now. I don't know, it was weird, but um your sister was extremely confused too, so she didn't really understand who he was anyway.
I figured
Um so yeah, I think like that would make sense. Like that he's in it. Um,
Hardy's.
I mean, I don't know.
I don't think
I
so.
don't know. Yeah, I
Jericho?
don't know. Like, yeah, like I haven't heard anything. Right, there hasn't been much about him. Right,
No,
so
but he hasn't been back to AEW.
no.
What's Hobbs's new name I told you about?
Oh, that could be. Oh
Royce
God,
Keys,
yeah,
right?
Royce Keys, I think. Yeah,
Yeah, Royce Keys will be there. So that puts us at 17.
yeah. I mean, I think you can see maybe Jericho, right? Like, you could see that if he's really coming back, like this would be the time. What about that guy from New Japan that they said like
Oh,
they confirmed is
oh, Evil?
evil,
Yeah.
right? They confirmed he's done with them, and I thought Fightful was saying WWE certainly has interest in him, or may have already gotten to him.
Yeah, that's possible. Yeah.
I think you can see that, but I mean, would he come in? He probably wouldn't come in as a brand, but then where would he go? Because like I've seen some people say he should get into NXT first.
Probably. Going from New Japan, he should probably go to NXT because the camera work is just different, right? They sent Shinsuke there 2 or 3 times, and Shinsuke's won the IWGP what 4 times, 3 times. So like it's not like he's not
Right.
used to having a big title on his waist. Um, AJ Francis,
Nah, I don't think so.
me
I
either.
think they're. I still feel like they probably don't really care for him too much.
Moose,
Mm, yeah,
I'm
I can
f-
see that. I don't know if they're going to put a lot of guys
I'm
from
wo-
TNA in. I mean, I think you might see like Ziggler before you see Moose,
yeah, that's
right?
fine. I
Because
can see
they
Ziggler.
obviously are already willing to put him in.
Yeah, Nick
You know,
Nemeth. Yep.
right? Nick Nemeth. I guess I don't know who he would come in as, but yeah. I mean,
Let me
they originally made Cardona be Zack Ryder, so maybe they would still make him be Dolph Ziggler.
let me see this NXT roster. Because with the recent rounds of call ups, I don't know if they bring anybody from NXT because I don't know if anybody's ready.
Yeah, I mean, they might throw one or two in. Like, why? You could put in like Ricky Starks or Ricky Saints. Sorry.
That's a good
You
one.
know,
I forgot about that.
you could put in Ethan Page if you wanted to, right?
They're high on that Miles Bourne kid.
Right. I mean, you can put those guys in knowing that just being in it is enough of a little of a rub that they eliminate a guy or two, or maybe not, and then they just get eliminated. That's fine. Like it doesn't hurt, and it can only help, right? Um, Plus, you could always make something out of nothing there. Like you could put Ricky Saints in, and you could have Cody eliminate him just for the hell of it, and then a year from now, you have a story, right? Like or whatever. Um, what about Omas?
He's technically signed the AAA, right?
But they own part of that, right?
So then,
or they own it. Actually, no, they own a majority, right?
so then you gotta count that lizard guy, that Doctor Iguana, because they love putting him on shows.
Yeah, people loved him.
Yeah, and they sell his stuffed animal for $60 a pop every time he shows up.
Right.
So I think we need 6 more.
Yeah, I mean, what do we like? What about like Seth? Like, what do we think with him? What he's doing?
The only reason I don't think Seth is that we see how ripped Chad Gable is, and he's still not back, and he had a similar injury to what Seth has. I think we get Chad back before we get Seth back. So I'm okay with putting Chad down. But
Yeah.
because Chad's been
Oh, then
jacked.
you probably. I mean, if you think you're gonna get Chad, then you have to get El Grande Americano.
Yep. For them to stand face to face in the ring together. Yep. 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 That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14, 15, 26. Yeah, it's tough, man.
I mean, there's gonna be. I mean, we haven't really like we haven't said a ton of guys like on the actual roster,
You,
right? Like,
I was thinking Hayes.
right, like there's gonna be guys just on the roster that are gonna be added in. It's not gonna be all like people from out. We've named a lot of people that are not a part of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So like they're gonna fill it with a bunch of guys.
Do
Like,
you think Finn takes somebody out on Friday that's in it, so then he gets their spot? Or does he, or say if they get
I
JD
mean,
in
I
there
wouldn't be.
or Dom in there, does Finn show up on Saturday to screw them over?
Maybe I'm not sure what they're doing, right? Because of the way Raw ended. Like,
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't.
what they're doing there. Like, are they trying to set up a match between the two of them again, like a rematch with him and Punk?
I
Like,
think I think they have aspirations that like Punk's gonna drop to Finn. I think that's the one Finn's gonna go to, and I think we're unfortunately gonna get Gunther versus Drew.
I actually think Sami Zayn might beat Drew.
Not this time. I think if Sami Zayn
I
gets a
think he would.
rematch,
I think they're going to let him do it in Saudi Arabia. They gave him the win in Montreal. His other place is Saudi Arabia.
how does Saudi feel about Palestine?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because that's 90% of his gear, right? Like,
Well, actually,
no. So
uh,
so they support the independent Palestine
Yeah, I
state.
was gonna say they're sympathetic to Palestine, so
So that might get a huge pop.
and Sammy's like it was a big story when he went there. What, a couple years ago? Remember, because he did the whole thing with
Yep.
like in the Middle East, and he did his little journey and like the Mecca thing and all that. So, um, I could, I don't know. That's gonna be my prediction. I think he might go over. I think that's why they took it off Cody, so they could let Sammy do this, and then they gave him the win in Montreal to get there, which was another little like boost, right? Um,
And then Drew has it
and
for
I
two
also thought
weeks.
like, yeah, he has it for 2 weeks, but it like a little bit on a fluke thing, like, but also then I don't know. Drew versus Gunther is weird because it's heel versus heel, and is there a lot of true interest in that? And like, how do you really like book that match when they're both hated? Drew Gunther versus Sammy, or whoever, right? Like, I don't know. I just feel like Drew was a bit of a transition for the hell of it because they didn't want Cody to lose it that way. And then I wondered if Cody was going to win the Rumble again, and I thought, what are we doing? 3 out of 4, right? 3 out of the last 4 would be Cody.
Well, funny you bring that up. Aaron loves wrestling, who follows us on Twitter, has Cody winning his third.
It was my first thought when he declared.
Busted Open thinks we get Drew, Jacob, and Cody as the main event the second night. Sorry, Coach Jonathan Coachman and Baron Corbin kind of agreed that we get Drew, Cody, and Jacob triple threat the second night of Mania for the main event. Because technically, they usually don't have this far out to plan, and they technically have 2 months out,
Right.
right? So, do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So I don't know. I Who's your final four for the men? And then we can start talking about the women.
Um, I think I think Cody will be in the final 4. Um, for some reason, I feel like it could be Roman, Cody, um, somebody from the Vision, but I don't know who. Maybe Breaker, and then I feel like a surprise entrance that isn't announced yet will be the 4th one, but I don't know who. I mean, maybe if Jericho's there, I could see it being Jericho. Like, I don't expect Jericho to win it, but I think they'll leave him till the end or towards the end.
Who do you pick to win it? You still think it's Cody?
It was my first thought that it'll be Cody, but yeah, I think I'll stick with Cody. It was my first thought, so I'll just stick with it.
I'm wondering. So I went back and forth on this all day when I was thinking about it. I do agree with three of yours. I don't think it's anybody from the Vision. I believe it's Braun. And if it's not Braun, then I believe it's Paul. But I'm 90% sure it's going to be Braun. I agree with Cody. I agree with Roman. And I wonder if they're going to get Oba the same treatment they gave Gunther that first time. Where he sets the record, right? Because that's what Gunther did his first time in.
Yeah.
So I'm going Cody, Roman, Braun, and Oba.
Yeah.
And then to make this title picture even more confusing, shit. Does Braun win and then Finn has to go back through Braun? Because part of me wants to take Braun out and say that Finn's in somehow. I think Finn makes it in. I just the way that they were told it's full makes no sense to me. How many years have we seen this? Like Finn Balor, the one that just took your champion to the max, got the sign of respect in his homeland. That you pissed him off to the point he came out here and did a Bronson Reed type attack with 3 coup de grace.
Yeah.
My only thought, if I keep this, what's to say we don't get Punk and Finn on the card?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think we are going to get Punk and Finn again. I'm just not sure why you have them do that.
Yeah, I think Braun wins it because that confuses the title picture even more. But now here's the thing: if Roman doesn't win it, what do you do with him? Is he back? I guess that's the big question, right? Or is he pulling a Charlotte Flair? He came back from for the Rumble. Now he's going to disappear for 4 to 6 weeks, and then he's back again. Because don't forget, that's why everybody started hating Charlotte Flair. She would wrestle, take a break, show up for the Rumble, win that, disappear for 4 weeks, and then she would show up to cash in for her title shot. Like that's pretty much what her schedule was for what the last 8 years, 9 years, not including this year, right before she got injured. Like, like if it was me, I would almost have Roman come back the Raw after the Rumble. I get the
Yeah, too
star,
late now.
yeah, I get the star power that he adds to it for sure. I don't disagree with that. I think you could have him show up on the Raw after the Rumble if Braun wins and just start talking shit to Braun the whole entire night. Right? Like I like it makes sense that he may want to show up and hunt the division, right? Because then you get Roman into a storyline of he's taking out the Vision, but he keeps getting beat up on, right? Well, all of a sudden, Seth's shoulders feeling up a little bit better every day he wakes up, and then
Yeah.
Moxley contract runs out at the end of this year. All of a sudden, we're looking like we're getting a Shield return versus the Vision. That just screams money.
Yeah.
So it's like it's easier to do it that way, I think, for him. I just don't see how you tie him in a storyline. Unless him and Cody do that stupid thing of you don't have my belt, you have the other belt crap that they've done before in the past. And they kind of like push each other in the ring or something, right? Like that. Like, guys, what are we doing? We've sat through this for the last 8 years. Let's hurry up and get to the end of it, please. Like, um, here's one for you. Rusev has been off TV for a bit, huh?
Oh, that's right. Yeah, he's under contract. Yeah. See that like there's a guy like that I think they would throw in on the roster, that they're just not gonna like say, but he's just gonna come out. Like, there's going to be several of those, you know?
Did you see the report that the Street Profits aren't traveling?
No, I didn't see that.
So what are we doing with them? Especially Montez Ford. Like, I don't care what you do with Angelo Dawkins. Like, do whatever. Not, you know what I mean? Like, but like, you've seen Montez Ford climb the elimination chamber backwards from the inside. Like,
Right.
Also, funny story. Shane McMahon is still listed on the WWE roster.
Interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, very. Yep, Shane O'Mac is on there. Maybe because they just own the rights then to Shane O'Mac, and so is Stephanie.
But according to this, well, she's been showing her face more. He reappeared in October
Of this year?
on the roster page of last year. Well, yeah, 2025.
Hmm.
According to this article from Yahoo from October 6th, that he reappeared. But
Yeah, that's strange, right? Because I don't remember him, but. Where we go? So let's jump to the women, because the guys it just seems to be confusing this year. We have 15 spots remaining. We have Rhea, Charlotte, Asuka, Bailey, Lyra, Io, Alexa, Liv, Roxanne, Raquel, Chelsea, Lash Legend, Nia, Julia, Jordan Grace. I think you have your final four in that 15 right there.
yeah, probably.
I think Rhea. I think Liv. They love putting Nia in the final four. And the Dark Horse, Dan? Ready for this? The Juggernaut, Jordan Grace. And I think Jordan Grace wins it.
I think she should win it. We'll see what they do.
My only thing is, how far into this do you think we get the Bianca return?
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
You know what I'm saying? Because we haven't seen any reports on her, and she had to get surgery on that finger.
Well, let's see. See what's going on.
She's been out since April of 25. A return early in 2026. Here's what
But in November,
Yeah.
allegedly, she told BET 106 in Sports that recovery was not going to plan.
Yeah, she had to go back under. Yeah. I remember seeing that she had to go back under the knife for that finger or that hand. Here's what I think's gonna happen, Dan. And it's gonna make me so goddamn mad that it might put a hole through my dad's chair. But here's what's gonna happen. Bianca's gonna be back. And they're gonna leapfrog Jordan Grace. And Jordan Grace is probably gonna get stuck in a feud with Nia or Lash Legend. Pointless. To all set this up for Bianca and Jade at WrestleMania. And then Jade would still only be on her third title defense from from when she got the title. She had what, one title defense so far?
Yeah, yeah, that's been ridiculous. Like how
I don't think they.
stupid this
I think
run
it's
has
cause
been.
yeah. I don't think they think she's great in the ring, so I think this is their way of protecting her. Like I just think this is
How did
what it
they not
is.
know that before giving her the belt? You know, like there's no way you couldn't have known that. Like, how
No,
did you
I.
not know that?
Do you think they were stuck in this situation? Because
I know
technically,
we kept saying, like it's, like what are they waiting for, yada yada yada. But like, I don't know what's worse, like waiting too long and she loses momentum, and then you have to wait to build it back up and find a way to do that, or doing this and she can't defend it and people are already over it,
yep,
right? Like,
yeah, she tells people, "My first title defense will not be against some walk up nobody. Y'all can continue to be angry about it. You might as well cry." IDGAF. She's terrible on Twitter too. Like her shit talking on Twitter needs to be trained to be better. What if they were thinking this? Now stay with me here, because I've been trying to talk my own self into this, and it hasn't been going well. Cena got better in the ring when he had his first big belt. Maybe they're thinking the belt adds extra motivation for her to get better. And I don't even believe it. But I just had to throw it out there. Like, I don't know. I don't like like is she wrestling through an injury? Like that we don't know about? But then she's showing up SmackDown staring everybody down. I don't know, man.
I mean, what she faced Chelsea Green last week, right? So that's it. That's been it since she won, right?
Yeah, one time over 90 days, I
Well, it
think.
was non-title though.
Yeah, so it technically doesn't count. Yeah. Yep. I don't know, man. I don't. So she's technically going on 87 days as of today, and one match with the belt.
Tony Khan must be kind of watching this, going like, "Ha,
We told you
yeah,
guys she sucks.
weird."
Yeah.
Well, it's like, yeah, like we gave her this crazy run, but put a mid-level belt on her,
Yeah. We
you
gave her
know,
the
for a reason, you
Goldberg
know.
treatment.
Right? We gave her the Goldberg treatment without the world title,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um. Something to keep an eye on. Killer Kelly's supposedly done in TNA. I wonder if she shows up on Saturday for the women's.
Yeah, maybe.
Cause that's kind of just what the whole thing with J- Joe Hendry, right? Like
Right.
like all the reports basically said when he was done. Um, yeah, I don't know. Can I tell you my weird feeling about this Rumble? I don't know why
Yeah.
I have this pit in my stomach about it. Um, I think Logan Paul wins the men's, and I think Charlotte wins the women's. That's what the pit in my stomach is telling me. To be honest, I think Liv wins the women's. Because then Raquel is supposed to face Stephanie on Monday. And if Raquel does beat Stephanie because Stephanie has to take time away because of that foot injury, then you have the crack starting to show of Liv versus Raquel. But then again, they've been showing Judgment Day breaking up for the last 3 years now.
Right.
What are your thoughts? What do you think they do? I don't think they put it on Rio because they're just too hot as a tag team right now.
Probably not. I mean, and they probably did that to keep them away.
Somewhat happy as well, probably because they
Well,
both
and keep them away
deserve the
from people
title.
wanting
Yeah,
them to be the winner and stuff. But um, I really don't know. As long
I
as it's not Charlotte.
I think it's Liv, but a pit in my stomach's telling me it's gonna be Charlotte. And Bubba today, it was either Bubba or Coachman had the interesting statement. But then I think this breaks up the tag titles. What if Io goes back and joins Asuka and Kairi Sane again during the Rumble? But then that fractures them having the tag titles currently. So then they have to lose like the next night on Raw. Do you know what
Right.
I'm saying? Like it. So
Right.
I don't know. It's interesting, but we'll see. Dan, what is your guess for the 4 women, sir? So I could take this down.
Well, I'm gonna go Jordan, Liv, Alexa,
Oh, that's a dark horse. I don't hate that at
and
all.
Rhea.
I don't hate that at all.
We'll see.
That's a stellar 4. I could see that.
Yeah.
Random question: with the Undertaker's wife being so involved in LFG, do you think we get her to show back up here, or you think she's too old?
I mean, for Royal Rumble, anything's possible. I don't think they care how old they are. Like, was she in last year's?
A couple years ago.
I think a couple years ago, right? Who were our surprises last year? Oh, Trish, Nikki Bella.
Yeah, because then Trish was supposedly back full time, and she did 6 matches.
Yeah, Jordan Grace last year, right? So yeah, we didn't have anything too far out of it. We actually really didn't have
No, the past 2.
women's. Like they didn't have any like. I mean, Trish and Nikki were the only like non currently wrestling people, right? Like Jordan Grace was unaffiliated, but and then like NXT people, women, but otherwise there was nothing like crazy there. Yeah, I mean it's possible, but
Um,
I don't know. do that with the women as much.
Crazy question. All 30 women wrestling in the full bodysuits? Because normally in Saudi, we only have 2 to 4 women wrestle. So are all 30 of them now in full bodysuits to respect the culture?
Well, they'll probably be in bodysuits or something, right? Like more modest again. I mean, they've gotten away from the t-shirt. They don't have to do that stuff anymore, but they still can't show much skin.
So that's what I mean. Are there 30 different? Do you know what I'm saying? Like it's
Yeah, probably.
like we are far from the t-shirts, but this is gonna be wild, man. Like this is gonna be wild. Like the full bodysuits for what? 45 minutes? Someone's gonna faint. It's gonna get that bad. Um yeah. Gonna be interesting. Saturday's gonna be interesting, Dan. It's either gonna be really good or we're gonna be like, what just happened? And I feel like that's how WWE PLEs have been for a while. Um oh. Uh, so here you go. I don't know if you caught this, but after the match Ray was in, and he got beat up by the Vision, the referee threw up the X, real life injury signal, called for the staff. The belief is the injury is not serious. While specific details have not been revealed, internal discussions suggest things are trending in a positive direction and still expected to appear. There's Finn. We might get Finn, Dan. And you know what I would love to see Finn do just to piss off Saudi? Show up as the demon. They hate that shit there. Just show up full demon teeth, do the whole thing. Nothing would make. I would go out and buy every Finn figure I could find that day if he did that.
That would be good.
Side note, there's something I wanted to share with you. Let me see if I still have it up. Yep, here we go. So, this guy is technically signed to TNA. You might recall him from his Instagram videos during COVID when he was doing various wrestle gimmicks with his friend. Supposedly, he's been getting a lot of training with Jeff Hardy, and he inked an official contract. And he goes by BDE. Brandon does everything. So the next time my mother tells me Instagram's not going to get me a wrestling contract, I'm pulling up this article.
I send her this article.
So she knows everything is possible. But congratulations to this guy because his videos were always the best. And good thing for TNA starting to get on that social media. And he made his singles debut against AJ Francis, which is like, I think I would rather wrestle Ridge Holland if that was the case, you know, at that point. Jesus. But yeah.
Great.
But yeah. So we're on the road to the Rumble, and then on the road to Mania, Dan. 2 months to build. Gonna see if we get Jericho back. Brock's probably gonna be back and then disappear for 6.5 months again. Get paid whatever gross amount he gets paid. It's gonna be interesting. Going into it, how are we feeling? We excited? We kind of dreading what they possibly might do wrong?
I'm excited in general, like, because it's Royal Rumble, right? Like, it's one of the big four. Like, it's always exciting. I'm a little annoyed it's at 2 in the afternoon, but what are you going to do about that?
Yeah,
Um,
that's the Saudi clause, right? Like,
right. And we're just going to get more and more of that. So it's like we just got to become okay with it. But, so yeah, I mean, overall, because it's always fun, we'll see. Like, we'll get more on Friday of what they're planning, or we'll probably find out before then, right? Because SmackDown has to be taped, right? Or are they having SmackDown in Saudi Arabia?
I think they're having SmackDown in Saudi. I thought.
Oh well, so we won't find out. Like spoilers could be out in the afternoon, but otherwise it'll still go on at 8 o'clock our time on Friday. Um, so we'll get a little bit more on Friday of what might be going on, and then yeah, it should be good.
Yeah, try and confirm. Yeah, I'm excited. The Rumble's one of my favorites. It's pretty much what got me hooked on wrestling. I hope we get some surprises, unlike what we've gotten in the past, because I feel like they've gotten away from surprises. So if they just want to go all out for this Saudi show, but then this Saudi show surprises are usually Brock, The Undertaker, Kane, D-Generation X. Like, those are surprises to those in Saudi. Right? Those are their go-to. Oh, and Rey Mysterio. They love him over there. Probably because he's fun-sized. But, like, yeah, I don't know. I'm excited for it. But like I said, I also have this pit in my stomach telling me that the women's might be disastrous. Especially if they're all in full bodysuits. It's gonna be weird. It's gonna be like Power Rangers are
I'm sure
fighting
they
each
will
other
be.
with
I
this
don't
mess.
think.
I don't think they're gonna disrespect the culture.
Well, I don't think we're to the point where they can get away with showing any skin yet.
No, I mean they just started driving what 2 years ago.
I don't even know.
Yeah. Jeez, Dan, read your world events. Terrible.
I mean, there's enough going on in this country. I didn't pay attention to what Saudi Arabia is doing.
Oh, I just turn off this country, Dan. Yeah, so it'll be interesting. Oh, sorry. Women were officially allowed to drive in 2018. It's been 8 years. Whoa.
Pretty good.
Yeah, so it'll be interesting because the Crown Prince does have, don't forget, his Vision 2030 plan. Unlike Project 2025, this guy's plan may actually work. So it's going to be interesting. Interesting for sure. And then we got TNA this week, AEW this week. Got to catch up on. I'm a few episodes behind. I've been trying to catch it on HBO. TNA, I've been catching highlights, but I think I'm just going to eventually join just so I have it all year and all the PLEs as well. But, so yeah. So, anything else to add, Dan, in our road to the Rumble and Mania show?
I think that's it.
Yeah, so we'll be back then next week, hopefully after the Rumble, to discuss everything we liked and didn't like. This will be up sometime tomorrow on YouTube, Botch Wrestling Pod, and the link will be live on our Twitter tomorrow as well once it's up. So until then, folks, thanks for paying attention, listening. Give us some likes; it'll help in the algorithm to get us above the rest of the podcasts that suck. But we'll be back next week. Adios.